Cuban authorities have told residents to funnel their pain into efforts to rebuild. But as night comes in a city still left without electricity, Yunaika and baby Christopher go to sleep in a neighbor's house. They don't know where they will sleep tomorrow. And it's clear that the pain inflicted by a hurricane will be felt here for some time to come. Patrick Ottman, CNN, Santiago de Cuba.
Over to sports. Members of the Gambia Table Tennis Association have received materials from the World Table Tennis Federation. The local Table Tennis Association has also distributed some of the materials to a number of schools in the Greater Banjul area. Momodu S. Jallo reports the idea here is how to expand the growth of table tennis in the country.
Senior Secondary School, St. Augustine Senior Secondary School and the University of the Gambia, we are the beneficiaries of free table tennis tables. The free schools took delivery of the materials at a presentation ceremony held at the Table Tennis Hall at the Independence Stadium. The free are among 10 tables received from the International Table Tennis Federation. The brand new tables were shipped to Banjul from Dortmund in Germany, where they were used for the qualifiers of the London 2012 Olympic Games. The donation has been described by table tennis officials as a significant step in promoting the sports at the grassroots level.
Today we brought you together so that you can benefit and promote and develop the game for us, so that we can start identifying you, that the kids that are out there, that we will also improve on their skills, and from the national championships that we are about to organize, I mean, these kids can come out and compete, so that we can identify talent and field them in regional, continental, and even international competitions. Now, the onus is on you right now to make sure that you put these materials into good use.
With each of the tables costing a whopping $3,000, equivalent to $102,000, quite a fortune, the donors are more concerned about the proper managing of the tables. The president of the Gambia National Olympic Committee, Alhaji Mamadou Diba, urged the beneficiaries to make best use of the tables to serve the rightful purpose. The GNOC boss challenged the free schools to develop table tennis in their respective schools and produce champions. Being one of the leading brain sports, introducing table tennis in schools might not only produce good players, but will help in the academic development of the students.
As described by a professor of neuroscience and physiology in the University of New York, I read an article about his speech about table tennis. It says table tennis is the #1 brain sport, #1 brain sport. It contributes a lot to your reflex of your brain, and health-wise, the aerobic, the diving of the ball, the dodging of the ball, the flexibility of the movement. It's something really that has a big impact on your brain. So when a child is playing this game, he is really developing his brain in some other case.
Beneficiary schools were full of praises for the Table Tennis Association, without whose intervention it would have been difficult to acquire these tables.
Definitely, this is the beginning of the revival of table tennis at St. Augustine Senior Secondary School. I myself have been an enthusiastic player of table tennis, and I am sure we will promote the game back at the school.
As they move the tables out of the hall to their various schools, they are expected to act on their promises. The remaining tables will also be distributed in due course. Table tennis might be one of the least popular games in the Gambia, but with the latest intervention, it may attract a lot of young talents. And if properly utilized, surely the country can produce good table tennis players. And this should be a lesson for other sports associations. Momodu S. Jallo, GRT Sports.
And from sports, we turn our attention to the weather report courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton. Just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
Good evening, and once again it's a warm welcome to the weather segment, beginning with a summary of the weather during the last 24 hours, followed by our forecast. The Gambia was characterized by a partly cloudy and a warm atmosphere. Rain affected parts of the country, and the figures recorded are as follows. Basse got the highest with 9.3 millimeters of rain, and Yundum recorded 3. For what will follow, let's start with a look at the satellite image captured at 16:30 hours, reflecting the emergence of rain-bearing clouds spread across the Gulf of Guinea states over the central and the southern part of the continent. The northern areas were mainly dry and stable during the period. For our forecast over the Gambia tonight, conditions will be variably cloudy to partly cloudy across the country, also be warm. Day tomorrow will be warm, sunny, and partly cloudy. Winds will continue to be southwestern orientation, but generally light to moderate in speed. Morning temperature values will be 25 degrees Celsius over Banjul and Yundum. The rest of the country will be mainly 23 or 24 degrees Celsius tomorrow morning. Top temperatures will be 32 degrees Celsius over Banjul and Yundum. Kerawan Sebano will record 33 degrees Celsius. The rest of the country will be either 33 or 34 degrees Celsius tomorrow afternoon. The sun will rise at 2 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning and will set at 19 minutes to 1900 hours. We thank you for the pleasure of your company. Do have a very good evening.
Thank you, Yasin, and that brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, we give you a reminder of our headlines. The Minister of Works and Construction has presided over the signing ceremony of the civil works contract for the construction of the road network linking Brikama, Marakisa, Daselami and Dimbaya, worth an estimated $400 million. Preparations for the 2012 edition of the biggest convergence of the youth of the country continue to gather pace, this as the NACO flag starts its symbolic nationwide journey. A suspected suicide car bomb has turned through a church congregation in the Nigerian city of Kaduna, killing at least 7 people and injuring more than 100 others. And Hurricane Sandy has been battering much of the east coast of the United States with huge showers and violent winds. That brings us to the end of the news. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned and enjoy a range of interesting programs.
Go Gambia. Go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
Fila Gambia.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to another edition of your favorite TV show, Gambia's Only, Fila. And today we're going to have a very, very interesting show. We have an exclusive interview with somebody very special, a Gambian Kora maestro, born from a lineage of Kora maestros, and his name is no other than Sura Suso. And he'll do an exclusive performance for us on this show too after his interview. But before that, we're just going to go into a quick advert, Shouts to our sponsors.